Hello and good morning. Welcome to today's presentation on ocean conservation efforts, Pulau Tioman Marine Park, Malaysia. It will be presented by Hani, Joel, Watson, and I, Fadzrul. Now, let me introduce you to Pulau Tioman Marine Park. It was established to protect the rich marine biodiversity and coral reef ecosystem surrounding Tioman Island, located off the east coast of peninsular Malaysia in Pahang. The marine park was officially gazetted in 1994 under the Fisheries Act 1985. It was created in response to increasing threats from overfishing, coral damage, and unregulated tourism. When and why was Tioman Marine Park started? The project was started in 2014 to protect the coral reefs around Tioman and to improve the livelihood of the local community. The end goal is to ensure sustainable use of island's natural resources for the benefit of all stakeholders.
So for the organizations that are involved in these conservation efforts is first one we have the government. So the government agencies that focuses on these conservation efforts is this Department of the Fisheries Malaysia. They created the Reef Care Smart Partnership programs, which is run by the caretakers who consist of individuals or groups or any local Malaysians, resort chalets or boat operators who are also appointed by the Department of Fisheries. Next, we have the Reef Check Malaysia. They are officially registered in Malaysia in 2007, and they are also part of global network that monitor coral reefs around the world. Their work include conducting scientific survey to check the health of reef ecosystems. Therefore, fund the marine conservation efforts, working tirelessly to engage community, conduct vital research, and promote awareness. Their work includes they also train local communities, including youth and divers, to collect environmental data. This helped to empower the community to take an active role in preserving their natural marine resources. Reef Check Malaysia also work closely with schools, tourism operators, and government agencies to raise public awareness. Their long-term efforts help to identify reef areas that are damaged or at risk so that proper actions can be taken. And then the next one we have the community, which is Tioman Marine Conservation Group, TMCG. They were established in 2019 and consist of local islander living on Tioman Islands. This means that these organizations was formed by the local islander themselves, which makes their conservation work very meaningful. Since they live in Tioman, they have a deep understanding of environment and the challenges the island face. TMCG is recognized by the Department of Fisheries Malaysia, and they work together as a strategic partner of DOF to manage coral reef areas in the Pulau Tioman Marine Park area. They conducted activities like planting, beach cleanup, and marine life monitoring. This involvement of the community is very important because conservation is more effective when the local people take responsibility for their own natural resources. It helped to build awareness among the younger generations on the Tioman Island. Then we have the main conservation efforts. First one, the actions or strategies that were taken. The first one is zoning and regulations. Dividing the area into specific zones for tourism, fishing, and conservation is really helpful to make the conservations effective. Then we have the coral reef monitoring and restoration, which include regular coral health surveys, reef rehabilitation projects, and the installations of artificial reefs. And then we have the enforcement of the fishing laws, which banning destructive fishing methods. The natural resources that are being protected. As we all know, Pulau Tioman is rich in biodiversity and several natural resources are being protected. The coral reef in Pulau Tioman, which is home to many different kinds of corals and also fish. This reef help to support the tourism industry since many visitors come for snorkeling and diving. Beside the reef, the tropical rainforest and seahorse around the Pulau Tioman are also being protected. These forests help to maintain clean water supplies and prevent soil erosions. Then the fish and small seas animal live around the Tioman. This is very important to protect as they are also part of the local community's livelihoods and they are also part of the ecosystems. Reef habitats provide essential ecosystem service such as food, tourism income, and shoreline protections. So, and then the reef habitats that support biodiversity and provide ecosystem service. Yes. Overall, these conservation efforts help to maintain the balance of ecosystems so that the Tioman Islands can remain healthy and sustainable for a better future.
Next is the impact and achievement, where the Tioman Marine Park has seen many positive impacts on the environment and the community. Where firstly, the coral reefs are in good condition and many areas are now covered with healthy living corals. And even with threats like warmer oceans and human activity, a wide variety of corals and sea creatures are still doing well. And this is because teams regularly check the reefs and carry out restoration work, which helps with the coral grow to come back stronger and become more resilient to climate change. In addition, this effort does not just help nature, but they also benefits the local community, where more local residents are getting involved in conservation activities, learning new skills, and even earning certificates in ecotourism and reef care. Because of this, ecotourism has grown and now brings income to the park, where visitors who come to enjoy the natural beauty also follow the rules that help protect the environment. Lastly, local groups such as Reef Care Tioman also plays a big role in this, where they help link community livelihoods with conservation and show that protecting the environment can also provide steady income. So together, these efforts create a cycle where healthy reefs support the community and the community helps keep the reefs healthy.
Next, these are the main challenges faced by Pulau Tioman Marine Park. The first one is climate change, where coral bleaching events due to rising sea temperatures threaten reef ecosystem. And the second one is pollution. Plastic waste and untreated sewage from tourism activities affect the water quality and harm marine life. Third, limited funding and manpower. Because of this, enforcement and monitoring work cannot be carried out as effectively as needed. And lastly, community compliance, where some local fishers continue to rely on traditional fishing practices within restrict zones and which can affect conservation efforts. These issues shows that even with strong conservation work, the marine park still needs continuous support and cooperation to stay protected. Next, there are several lessons that Malaysia can apply. The first one is environmental education in schools, where students need to be encouraged to practice sustainable behavior daily, such as reducing plastic use and saving water. Second one is community-based conservation, where local communities need to be encouraged to take part in protecting their natural surroundings. And lastly, strengthening youth awareness. We can provide workshops, campaign, and competition focused on environmental responsibility and become active participant in conservation. These lessons can help Malaysia improve its environmental protection efforts in the future. And the next one is conclusion. The first one, the project shows that teamwork and group planning are important for conservation. Second, The efforts help improve coral reef, protect marine life, and support local communities. Third, problems like climate change, pollution, and limited resources still affect the park. And last but not least, education, responsible tourism, and community involvement remain key for success. And here are the references. And that's all from us. Thank you.